The storm has begun. God's message for you right now. My beloved child, look around you. The world is stirring, shifting, trembling beneath the weight of its choices. The heavens declare my glory, yet the earth groans with the burdens of man. You have felt it too, the sense that something greater is unfolding. That the events around you are not random, but echo the words I have spoken long ago. These are not just signs, they are my final whispers before the thunder. I, the Lord your God, have never left my people without warning. Just as the prophets of old cried out in the wilderness, so too now my voice resounds through the cries of the nations, through the shaking of economies, the trembling of the earth, the fading of truth. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, see that ye be not troubled. These are the beginning of sorrows. Matthew 24:6-8, KJV 1925. These signs, my child, are not meant to instill fear, but to awaken love. They are my call for you to return, to pause, to seek, to ask, where am I in all of this? For in every shaking, I am drawing hearts back to me. I am not hidden in chaos. I am not silent in storms. I am speaking gently, lovingly, powerfully, so that you may open your eyes to what is eternal. Consider the times you live in, nations divided, truth exchanged for opinion, hearts growing cold, compassion replaced by convenience. These are not accidents. They are fulfillments of what I have spoken. Yet even now, my mercy stands. Even now, my arms are open wide. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, but is long-suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. 2 Peter 3:9, KJV 1925. My heart breaks not because of your failures, but because you have forgotten how deeply you are loved. I see your weariness. I know how heavy the days can feel, how lonely it gets in a world chasing shadows. But I have not abandoned you. I have sent this message, this moment, as a gentle knock on the door of your soul. Let the signs remind you of my truth. Let them be a compass, pointing you back to peace, to faith, to hope. As it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be again. But I will not flood the earth with waters. I am flooding it with warnings, with grace, with the final invitation to return home. For as in the days that were before the flood they were eating and drinking, and knew not until the flood came, and took them all away, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Matthew 24:38-39, KJV 1925. Do not harden your heart. If you feel something stirring as you hear these words, that is me. That is my spirit touching yours. Listen closely. My child, now is the time to reflect. Not to run in fear, but to rest in truth. Not to guess at signs, but to recognize my voice in them. And as you reflect, share what you receive. Be the voice in the wilderness for someone else. If this message spoke to your heart, let it speak through your life. I invite you to walk with me, to grow in faith, and to be part of the remnant that still believes, still loves, still hopes. If you desire to hear more of my words, spoken through messages like this, then follow this place where truth meets tenderness. Join this growing family of faith, and let each new message be a light to your path, because, my beloved, I am not done speaking, I am just beginning. My dear child, do you feel the trembling beneath the surface of your daily life? The unrest, the anxiety, the weariness that no rest seems to cure? These are not mere emotions, they are the echoes of ancient warnings that still cry out today. What you witness in your streets, in your news, in your very soul, is not a coincidence. It is a stirring that I allowed, a shaking that calls you closer to me. For generations, I have spoken through my word and through my messengers, warning not to awaken fear, but to awaken hearts. And now, you are seeing those words fulfilled before your eyes. And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations, with perplexity, men's hearts failing them for fear. Luke 21:25-26, KJV 1925. Look at the world around you, anger rising like a flood, division cutting deep like swords between families, between brothers. Politicians speak but bring no peace. Markets rise and fall with no foundation. People cry out, not knowing whom to trust. This is not new, it was written long ago. My prophets foretold this day. The scriptures you hold, dusty on the shelf or buried beneath doubt, they are alive. They breathe my truth even now. And yet, my child, this unease is not your enemy. It is your invitation. An invitation to lean not on the world's understanding, but on me. For I am not the author of confusion, but of peace. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. John 8:32, KJV 1925. You ask, Lord, what should I do with all this fear? And I say, give it to me. For the fear you feel is not yours to carry alone. You were not made to weather these storms without me. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11:28, KJV 1925. Do you not see how even the trembling of the nations can become the trembling of your spirit, softened and surrendered before me? When the world screams chaos, I whisper calm. When the world builds walls of division, I offer a bridge of love. In these times of uncertainty, I urge you to rediscover the power of prayer, not as ritual, but as relationship. Prayer is where fear is replaced by faith. It is where confusion meets clarity. When you lift your voice to me, heaven leans in. Call unto me, and I will answer thee, and show thee great and mighty things, which thou knowest not. Jeremiah 33:3, KJV 1925. And it is not only your prayer I cherish. When 2 or 3 gather in my name, across cities, across nations, across generations, I am in their midst. So pray not only for yourself, but for your family, your nation, your enemies. That is where true healing begins. My child, if this message resonates with your spirit, it is not by chance. I have brought you here, because I am reaching out, not to condemn, but to comfort. This is your time to return, to reflect, and to respond. If your heart seeks more of my voice, you are welcome to journey deeper with me. Let this place be a sanctuary where my messages remind you of hope, of truth, of purpose. By following here, you do not follow man, but you stay connected to a fountain of spiritual nourishment. The unease you feel is not the end. It is the beginning of something holy. I am using the shaking to sift, the noise to lead you to silence, the storm to guide you to shelter. Remain with me. The signs may grow louder, but so will my love. My precious child, you now stand at a threshold. The path behind you is filled with lessons, wounds, and wonders. The road ahead is still being written, but I have placed the pen in your hand. Yes, even now, amidst the shaking and the signs, you are not a prisoner of circumstance. You are a participant in destiny. This moment in history is not simply an event, it is a divine intersection. A place where your choices matter more than ever. You were not born into this hour by accident. I placed you here, in this generation, because I have equipped you with purpose. Choose you this day whom ye will serve. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Joshua 24:15, KJV 1925. I gave you free will not to wander blindly, but to walk with me freely. The decisions you make today echo into eternity. Will you choose fear or faith? Will you lean into comfort or step into calling? My child, I will not force your hand, but I will forever call your name. Let me remind you, every great turning point in history has been shaped by the hearts of those willing to surrender. Noah obeyed and built, though rain had never fallen. Esther stood in courage, though her voice could have cost her life. Daniel chose prayer over fear, and through it, lions became silent. These were not perfect people, they were faithful. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Proverbs 3:5-6, KJV 1925. Today, you are invited to make the same choice. Not out of obligation, but out of love. Not out of fear, but out of faith. I do not call you to walk alone, I offer to walk with you. Will you let me lead? You may say. But Lord, I have failed. And I say, my grace is sufficient. You may whisper, I am not strong enough. And I respond, my strength is made perfect in your weakness. You may fear, I do not know the way. And I gently remind you, I am the way, the truth, and the life. John 14:6, KJV 1925. You see, beloved, this turning point is not about world powers or headlines. It is about the turning of hearts, yours included. I am not asking you to save the world. I am asking you to surrender your world, your will, your time, your gifts, into my hands. That is where transformation begins. There is still light ahead. There is still time. But the hour is late, and the days grow short. Do not delay what your soul already knows is true. Behold, now is the accepted time. Behold, now is the day of salvation. 2 Corinthians 6:2, KJV 1925. And child, if these words have stirred something within you, do not silence that voice. That is my Spirit, gently guiding you home. Stay close to my word. Let prayer become your anchor. Let love be your guidepost. And as you walk this path, walk with others. Invite them, gently, to hear what you have heard. If this message has blessed you, I welcome you to continue walking with me through these messages. This space, this channel, is a doorway to deeper understanding. A quiet place to receive my voice in a loud world. You are never alone. This is your time to choose. Not later. Not someday. But now. Choose life. Choose peace. Choose me. And I will walk with you every step of the way. My beloved child, I know the storm feels relentless. I see the winds that press against your soul. The rising waves of anxiety, doubt, and despair. But even now, even here, I am with you. Not as a distant God, but as your refuge, your shelter, your everlasting hope. Hope is not the absence of trials. It is the presence of my promises in the midst of them. I never said the waters would not rise, but I did promise that they would not overflow you. I never said the fire would not burn, but I declared you would not be consumed. When thou passest through the waters, I will be with thee. When thou walkest through the fire, thou shalt not be burned, neither shall the flame kindle upon thee. Isaiah 43:2. KJV 1925. You may feel like everything is falling apart. But I am holding all things together, even when you cannot see it. The winds that shake your branches will not uproot your soul if you are anchored in me. For I, the Lord your God, am a God of restoration, not ruin. Let your heart return to this truth. I am not done with you. Your story does not end in despair. The valley you walk through is not your final destination. Lift your eyes from the storm, and you will see me walking toward you, just as I walked on the water to meet my disciples in their hour of fear. Be of good cheer, it is I, be not afraid. Matthew 14:27. KJV 1925. In this hour, I invite you to cultivate peace, not the kind the world gives, but the kind I give. It is peace that passes understanding. It doesn't always remove the storm, but it calms the soul. When you fix your gaze on me, the winds lose their voice, and the waves remember who commands them. Peace I leave with you. My peace I give unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. John 14:27, KJV 1925. Beloved, hope is not a distant dream. It is a daily choice. A seed you plant with every prayer, every act of compassion, every moment of surrender. Water that hope with my word. Let it grow through worship. Let it flourish through forgiveness. Because even in darkness, light shines brightest. Let go of bitterness, for it weighs down the soul. Release the burden of guilt. I have already paid the price. Let love be your banner. Let forgiveness be your freedom. Let mercy flow through you as it flows to you. For this is how you shine in the storm, not by shouting louder, but by loving deeper. And when you find me in the storm, when you feel my peace despite the thunder, share that peace. Be my voice to the weary. Be my hands to the hurting. Let your life be the promise someone else is praying for. If this message is bringing comfort to your heart, know that it is my voice you are hearing. And if you long for more encouragement, more understanding, More of my presence. This place is a sanctuary for your soul. Subscribe. Not for entertainment, but for edification. Let each message be a gentle whisper of heaven reminding you, you are not forgotten, my child. I am the God of the storm and the stillness. I speak in thunder, but I heal in whispers. So be still, and know that I am God. The Lord is good, a stronghold in the day of trouble, and he knoweth them that trust in him. Nahum 1:7, KJV 1925. Hold on to me. Hope is not far, it is already within you. And I, your Father, will never let go. My faithful child, now that you have heard my voice in the signs, felt my presence in the storm, and tasted the sweetness of hope that does not fade, what will you do with it? For this is not the end of the message. This is the beginning of your mission. You were not created merely to survive these times. You were created to shine within them, to be salt in a world that's losing flavor, and light in a world dimmed by fear. I have placed eternity in your heart, not so you would run from the world, but so you would help redeem it with my truth. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Matthew 5:14, KJV 1925. Now is the time to live with purpose. Not just to hear the word, but to live the word. To turn your prayers into action, your compassion into movement, your faith into fruit. For faith without works is like a flame with no warmth, it flickers but does not ignite hearts. But be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. James 1:22, KJV 1925. Beloved, I have placed gifts within you that this world desperately needs. The kindness you offer, the encouragement you speak, the truth you carry, they matter more than you know. You do not need a pulpit to preach. Your life is the sermon. Your choices, your words, your love, they will lead others to me. As the days grow darker, let your soul grow brighter. Return to my word daily. Let it be the lamp unto your feet. Feed your spirit with truth. For many will be deceived by voices that sound right but lead away from me. Study to show thyself approved unto God, rightly dividing the word of truth. 2 Timothy 2:15, KJV 1925. And do not walk alone. Surround yourself with those who seek me with a pure heart. Encourage one another. Pray for one another. Love one another deeply. The strength of my people is not in the might of one, but in the unity of many who are led by my Spirit. I am calling you to rise, not in pride, but in purpose. To stand, not with clenched fists, but with open hands. To walk, not in fear, but in faith. Because I go before you. I am your rear guard. I will never leave you nor forsake you. And let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap, if we faint not. Galatians 6:9, KJV 1925. Let this be your daily prayer, Lord. Use me today, in small ways or great. Let my life bring you glory. That is the heart I seek. That is the offering I treasure. A willing soul is mightier than 1,000 warriors without truth. If this message has stirred something within you, don't let it stop here. Let it take root. Let it move you to action. And if you long for more guidance, more encouragement, more moments with me, This place is my gift to you. Subscribe not just with your device, but with your spirit. Let this channel be your sanctuary in the noise, your reminder of truth in chaos. Together, let us step boldly into the future. Let us love deeply, speak gently, live righteously. Let the world see that you are mine, not only by what you say, but by how you live. Because the time is now. The harvest is ready. And I am calling you. The night is far spent. The day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. Romans 13:12, KJV 1925. My child, the final warning has been given. The future is unfolding. Let us walk it together, with courage, with clarity, and with my everlasting love guiding every step.